YouTube, Conductor165 here, and as won by today's vote, we are talking about the engine that believes she knows everything, Emily by Tomy Trackmaster, and her special coach. So first off, this is the box on screen now that this engine belongs to. I know it does because underneath the Emily I have, it says 2004. After doing a little bit of research, I found out that the earliest model of Tomy Trackmaster Emily was from 2005 by Tomy Motor, Road and Rail. So the box on screen now, though not in best quality, but shows the box, is what this engine would have came in. And now onto the engine, considering we talked about that already. That's the only box really. There are other boxes, it's just this is the box that belongs to this engine. I'll stop talking now. So anyway, let's talk about the detail first. Look at that. Copper detail buffers, coupling system, grey running board, red buffer beam, Emily face. What else do you need? That's Emily. You got a nice gold ring around the funnel. If we look at the side, you've got raised handrails and stripes. And just look at the wheels. The wheel is actually bigger and the connector rod works on it. That's amazing. The fact that they went to the effort to add this to work. I know in the modern Trackmaster on screen now, they've completely bypassed it. I don't want to look at it, if I'm being honest. It's sad. So I'm not going to be talking about that one. I'm going to be talking about the one that's more detailed. So if we look at the side, you can see where the pistons go in here, connecting rod, and they've even got the extra wheels that don't actually be used. It is a bit sad that they're so small and they don't touch the tracks at all, but the fact that they're there is nice. I wouldn't be surprised if someone has altered them to actually touch the rails. The other side is the same. Now I am just going to uncouple the tender. And yes, you can do that because it's tender driven. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the reason why I've done this so we can look at the back, and there is nothing, no cab interior, and sadly the decoration has just gone out the window. But you'll notice that Emily has this special coupling here, and that is because Emily is powered by the tender. Now lastly, for the front of Emily, let's read underneath, and it says 2004 Ghislaine Thomas Limited, 2004 Tomy, made in Thailand, Tomy. Really wants to get it in there, then it's by Tomy. Now as for the tender. The tender first off is very square, a bit like Toby. And the wheels are a bit off placed. You've got the coupler that suits the special one. They designed this because the tender has to push the engine, as you'll see when I run the engine later. On top you've got the switch and you've got the opening screw where it tells you to open. And the battery goes in here, it takes a C battery. The back has regained the detail. You've got a coupler and copper buffers again. Shockingly smaller than the front of the engine. But what the hey. And a brown tint on top of it. The squares are nice as well. Nice emerald green detail and no detail there. Now let's see what it says underneath. What's that say? Made in Thailand. That says Tomy 2004. So yeah, the tender's plain. The main part of the engine is the front of Emily, which is always important. Sorry about that. But now we're on to the final bit of the tree. The three of them. Can't speak today. The coach. The colours match perfectly. It actually looks like the coach is slightly darker. I don't know why that is. There's no detail at the front, but it's very shiny. You can see the camera there. And either side, each window has a nice white line around each, or where it's not a window, it still has a white line, and a long yellowish green line, rectangle, that thing right there. All in all though, the detail on this is beautiful, and it resembles Emily's coach really well, and another plain back too. And underneath it says Tomy, Ghislaine Thomas Limited 2002. Bit of a time change there. Now we've looked at the basics of Emily, but the fun part of the video is when I get to run Emily, which I'm going to do now. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, bye!